Welcome to Mariners Fan Central.
We finally got our hands on the full breakdown of Rob Refsnyder's contract. And honestly, the numbers tell a much deeper story than just a standard veteran signing headline. This isn't just roster filler, this is a surgical move by the Mariners front office to address one of our most chronic headaches: offensive output against left-handed pitching. It's a one-year deal guaranteeing the 34-year-old $6.25 million. That might sound like a hefty price tag for a guy who isn't slotting in as an everyday starter. But when you dig into the advanced metrics and the incentive clauses we've confirmed, Jerry DiPoto's logic becomes crystal clear. Refsnyder is coming off a solid stint in Boston, posting a 1.2 FWAR in just 70 games, but the stat that likely made the pen shake when signing was his performance against Southpaws. We're talking a .302 average, a .399 OBP, and an absurd .560 slugging percentage. To put that in perspective, an OPS flirting with 1,000 against lefties is elite. It's the kind of production that flips the script in tight games during the late innings. The contract is also structured in a way that tells us exactly how the team plans to utilize him. On top of the base salary, there are tiered performance bonuses based on plate appearances. He earns an extra $50,000 for every milestone hit, starting at 150 appearances and capping at 350. This sends a direct message from management. We want you healthy and productive, but we aren't banking on you playing 150 games. The 350 PA cap signals an aggressive platoon role or a luxury fourth outfielder spot, someone who steps in to mash specific pitches and give our starters a breather without the offense falling off a cliff. It's an expensive insurance policy, sure, but a necessary one for a team with October aspirations. They also included standard award clauses like $150,000 for MVP and $100,000 for World Series MVP. But the interesting detail that shows his standing in the league is the inclusion of a guaranteed hotel suite on all road trips. It might seem trivial from the outside, but for a 10-year vet, that kind of comfort is what helps keep the body ready for the 162-game grind. If you value this kind of detailed breakdown and exclusive insight into the Mariners front office moves, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We don't waste time with empty speculation here. Looking at the strategic impact on our clubhouse and payroll, bringing in Refsnyder at that $6.25 million number indicates that the window for bargain bin, a shopping, is closed. The market has shifted and high-efficiency niche players are being valued at a premium. The front office has identified that we can no longer gamble on unproven rookies for critical bench roles in a year where the playoff pressure is immense. Refsnyder brings a plate discipline that we sorely lacked in key moments last year, reflected in that 354 OBP. He's not a guy who's going to sell out for power on every swing. He understands the strike zone, and that approach is contagious. Having a veteran who has grounded out with the Yankees, Jays, Rays, and Red Sox, big markets and brutal divisions, adds a layer of mental stability to the dugout that you can't measure with stats alone. From a tactical standpoint, this gives the coaching staff a lethal weapon in the late innings. Picture the scenario: the opposing team brings in that lefty specialist reliever to close out the seventh against the left-handed heavy part of our lineup. Now you've got Refsnyder on the bench, ready to pinch hit. It forces the opposing manager to either burn a pitcher or face a batter who has consistently crushed lefties. Plus, his versatility, being able to cover the corner outfield spots and even first base in a pinch, alleviates pressure on the core roster. We don't need him to be Julio Rodriguez. We need him to be the professional who punishes mistakes from left-handed pitchers, something he did masterfully in 2025 with his 9 homers and 12 doubles in limited time. Financially, it's a one-year commitment which maintains future payroll flexibility without locking the team into long, toxic contracts for declining veterans. It's a high-floor move. We know what he delivers. There's none of the volatility you get with a prospect call-up. The question now becomes how the rest of the bench is constructed around him, since this significant investment in a rotational player suggests the budget for other areas might be tightening up. But in a vacuum, this is a win-now decision. We are paying a premium for certainty and specific competence. Now, I want to hear from you, the M's faithful. Considering the sixth $25 million price tag and his track record against lefties, do you think Ref Snyder is the missing piece to balance our lineup? Or should this money have been thrown at a bullpen arm? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more updates, and let's see if this investment pays off on the field.